right. You get the Horn Show live shot. Tad here. Instant reaction to some breaking news about New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. And boy, this is a doozy. I'm going to give it to you as I've received it. This coming from Bleacher Report, but Bleacher Report apparently picking up the story from The Athletic. That Aaron Rodgers tried to get Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst fired as the general manager of the Packers 2 years ago. So the story here, per The Athletic's Matt Schneidman, Rodgers agent David Dunn called Packers president Mark Murphy early in the 2021 offseason with a request to either fire general manager Brian Gutekunst or trade the then reigning NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers. So this reporter, Schneidman, asked Rodgers about the situation. Rodgers refused to talk about it and deferred that to his agent, said he'd let his agent talk about it. He wasn't going to talk about it. The agent did not respond to any request for comment. The Packers, of course, refused Aaron Rodgers' request. Gutekunst told reporters after the first round of the 2021 draft that they were, quote, not going to trade Aaron Rodgers. Hours before the start of that draft in 2021, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that Rodgers was so disgruntled with the Packers organization he did not even want to return to the team. According to Schefter, Gutekunst, Murphy, and Packers head coach Matt LaFleur all took separate trips to meet with Rodgers at various points in the offseason in order to address his concerns. Upon arriving at training camp 3 months after Schefter's report, Rodgers met with the media to speak publicly about the situation. Here's what he said. Quote, "This wasn't just a draft day thing," the 10-time Pro Bowler told reporters. "It started with a conversation in February after the season ended. I just expressed my desire to be more involved in conversations directly affecting my job." Rodgers told Schneidman communication between himself and Gutekunst did somewhat improve after his training camp press conference, but it, quote, "still wasn't anywhere near what I've already enjoyed here with the Jets in just a few short weeks." And of course, obviously, we know that the Packers went on to enjoy a good regular season in 2021. They got the number one seed in the playoffs in the NFC with a 13-4 record. Rodgers won his second consecutive MVP award, but the team ended up coming up short in the playoffs and lost 13-10 to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC divisional round. And so, look, at the end of the day, he still signed an extension with the Packers last year, a 3-year, $150.8 million deal. But then, of course, obviously, things the wheels came off after that. We had the Packers trading Davante Adams to the Raiders, which was, really, really challenging, I think, for both the Packers, for Aaron Rodgers, everyone involved. It was just a really challenging situation when you have that happen. So, the wheels kind of came off there pretty rapidly. And according to Aaron Rodgers, and this is pretty interesting to think about, the Aaron Rodgers has said that the Packers offered Davante Adams an insultingly low contract to stay with the team. This is a direct quote from Aaron Rodgers. Quote, "They offered him less money than Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk makes $18 million a year. And Adams is going, are you serious right now? I'm the best receiver in the league, and you're going to offer me less than Christian Kirk," Rodgers told Schneidman. With all due respect, he's not on Davante's level. And obviously, it goes without saying, last year, Green Bay, their offense struggled while adjusting to the loss of Davante Adams. They finished in 14th in points per game, which is their lowest ranking since the 2019 season. And that was, of course, before Jordan Love was selected in the first round of the 2020 draft. So really, really interesting stuff. So I think the question here, and I want to put it out to all of our viewers, what's real? Is Aaron Rodgers in the wrong here for forcing this or trying to force this move? What do you think about players trying to force the hand of teams on who's going to be in the front office, who the general manager should be, those types of things. It feels like a slippery slope, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we feel about it. I'm really curious. We might even put something up in the polls. So check the poll under our community tab. We might have something up there about this, but really want to hear from people in the comments. Let us know, whose side are you on here? Aaron Rodgers, was he in the right for trying to get the general manager of the team fired because he didn't like him, and then demanding a trade otherwise? Or do you side with the team and saying, hey, man, the front office is the front office, and if Aaron Rodgers or anyone else doesn't like it, ship them out of there? So very curious to hear what you think. This is a pretty interesting story, and I definitely think we're going to continue to see a little bit more development with this. Look, it's the off season, right? It's still the time that there's not a lot of conversation happening. Players aren't going to be talking to the press a ton yet, but this story could have legs, and I'll be very curious to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. Will he defend this? Will he acknowledge that this happened and admit to it or not? We got to assume that Brian Gutekunst isn't going to, really acknowledge this or be willing to talk about it. I don't think any general manager really would, or probably even should. But this is an Aaron Rodgers story. We've seen in the past Aaron Rodgers is a challenging personality to deal with. I think that's putting it mildly. And so this is just another bit of evidence that maybe Aaron, had gotten a little bit entitled in Green Bay. Anytime you have a player who's had that amount of success over that period of time, I think it probably becomes really easy to start thinking you're bigger than the team. And he tried to pull some moves there that didn't work out for him. And now, worked out great for the Jets, I guess, but certainly it changes, I think, Aaron Rodgers' legacy a little bit in Green Bay from what it could have been. So anyway, let us know what you think. I want to see it in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out the rest of our content. We got tons of NFL, NBA, lots of other interesting things out here and great stories, funny stuff. But definitely make sure you let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we will look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks, everybody.